All right, welcome guys. Dr. Ben, F8 Well Centers. We're going to get cranking today on a live Q&A. Any questions you have, put those down below. Let me know what you have got going on, what issues you're dealing with, and how we can answer those questions of anything at all. Let me just rearrange here, and we're going to get cranking. Awesome, awesome. Okay, love seeing you guys. Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers, welcome. And put your questions down below. Hey there, Amanda. Good to see you. And let me know where you're watching from. I'll give you a shout out wherever you're watching from. If I don't get to your question, there's usually hundreds and hundreds of questions on here. Nicole, best probiotic to counter an antibiotic, my favorite. If you go to f8wellstore.com, if you go to my link tree and click that button, it's our probiotic number 2 is my favorite. You're going to take 2 a day of those for the entire bottle after you've gone on an antibiotic. So here's what happened, guys. You take an antibiotic, great. You get rid of your sinus infection, your strep throat, whatever it is that you took that antibiotic for. So you take that, and then it not only kills off that infection in your sinuses or whatever, but it's destroying good bacteria in your gut. So every time you take an antibiotic, you've got to take an entire bottle, heavy duty probiotic. My favorite post antibiotic is our probiotic number 2 on our F8 Well stores. So Hashimoto's and a high D-dimer and ER. What does this mean? Does the high D-dimer make sense? Yes. So remember, guys, Hashimoto's. Here's the deal. Hey, Justice for Johnny, good to see you there. Here's the deal, guys. If you have Hashimoto's, and give me a heart, give me a like, if any of you guys are dealing with Hashimoto's, if you're dealing with autoimmune thyroid there. If you are, put that down below and give me a heart, give me a like, say yes, anything you can do. But here's the deal. I guarantee if all you've ever seen is your PCP or your endocrinologist, you have never treated your Hashimoto's. I was thinking about that this morning. Hashimoto's is the only autoimmune condition that every doctor is okay not treating. Your doctor has never treated your Hashimoto's, and they're okay with that. They're actually happy with that. That's hold on a second here, guys. So that is their standard of care, is to not treat Hashimoto's. So again, tell me down below what you guys are taking for Hashimoto's, and we'll get into this. Tell me what you're taking down below for Hashimoto's. So I'm going to get to that. Mina, I'm going to get to why you guys that are dealing with Hashimoto's have never treated that. So we've got Armor with Hashimoto's. Does infection stay longer because we haven't? No. So here's the deal, Nikki. All Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease that causes the immune system to attack the thyroid. So Christy, you're taking compounded thyroid meds. We've got levothyroxine. We've got Synthroid, Armor, a bunch of Armor and liothyronine. So you're taking a T3. Hi there. We spoke about the lymphangioма. Good to see you. Levo and Cytomel. Hold on here. So here's the deal, guys. You are not treating your Hashimoto's. You're treating a hypothyroid state. So what does that mean? If you are hypothyroid, you probably need to take some type of levothyroxine, number 1 most common drug in the U.S., Synthroid, Armor, some type of thyroid medication. But not a single one of you have ever treated your Hashimoto's because of, here's the deal. All you're doing is taking levothyroxine for a hypothyroid state. You're not taking it for Hashimoto's. No person that has rheumatoid arthritis, that has lupus, that has MS, that has Crohn's disease has ever taken levothyroxine to treat their MS or Crohn's or lupus or rheumatoid arthritis. Does that make sense? So Hashimoto's is the only drug or the only autoimmune that has never been treated in the United States or around the world. So you have never treated your Hashimoto's. And when people ask, so go ahead and put down below, can it cause infertility? Yummy Delight. So can Hashimoto's cause infertility? No, because here's what happens is that you've got an antibody, and that antibody looks for the thyroid, and it's going to tag the thyroid, and then the immune system comes in and destroys that thyroid. So that's all that is happening with Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's doesn't cause infertility. Hashimoto's doesn't cause fatigue. Hashimoto's doesn't cause you to gain weight, anything. All Hashimoto's does, and Nicole, LDN is great, but that's still just treating the symptoms. It's not fixing the why. So Hashimoto's diagnosed and have all the hypo symptoms, but lab levels always normal. Yeah, so here's the deal. Once you have Hashimoto's, you almost have to throw out your T3 and T4. What about removing the thyroid altogether? Removing the thyroid altogether does nothing about what is causing this antibody, causing this autoimmune reaction in the body. I've been taking some supplements from Dr. Weston Childs for Hashimoto's. Yeah, so here's the deal. You can't just take supplements for Hashimoto's. You don't take medication for Hashimoto's. They'd have to put you on prednisone. So here's the deal, guys, and here's why you have never been treated for your Hashimoto's is because they would have to give you prednisone. And give me a heart. Tell me down below if you have ever taken prednisone, Humira, methotrexate, any of the common autoimmune drugs for your Hashimoto's. And so, I can sit here all day long and no one will ever say they've taken one of those drugs for Hashimoto's because the cure is worse than the disease. So, Christy, no one's ever done that. No one's done that because the cure, and I'm not saying you need to, but the cure is worse than the disease. If you've been on prednisone, nobody wants to go on prednisone. If you've been on methotrexate and your hair's falling out because it's low dose chemo, nobody wants to do that. But to go on that for Hashimoto's, it is not the solution either. My doctor said she would not test for the antibodies because it would make me more anxious. Seriously, does that even make sense? So here's the deal, Mary. Doctors don't care if it's Hashimoto's or not because what they're going to do is they're going to give you that levothyroxine or Synthroid or whatever, no matter what. And that is just going to replace the thyroid hormone that your thyroid is not producing. Okay, so you're taking, here you go, taking glucophage and DHEA for Hashimoto's. Alice, no, you're absolutely not. You're taking glucophage because you have an insulin resistance, you have a prediabetes, you have a diabetes state, and you're trying to squash down that blood sugar. You're taking DHEA because you're in a chronic stress state and your body is not producing enough DHEA, so you don't have enough testosterone. And those are all different things. Yes, blood sugar can affect your autoimmune, but here's the deal. You've got to look at, no matter what autoimmune condition you're dealing with, you've got to dig into the why. So we've got a bunch of new faces on here. Dr. Ben, F8 Well Centers, f8wellcenters.com. And I love seeing you guys. If you're ready to figure out what your Hashimoto's or any condition is, so if you're on TikTok, click the link tree and hit the button for Instagram. If you can, if you have an Instagram account. TikTok limits my direct messages, and I would love to talk to you guys individually about what you have going on. So hit Instagram, send me a DM on there. I can send you a video back. I can do tons of stuff, but TikTok just unfortunately limits a lot of what I can do on DM. And that's my favorite way of communicating with you guys. Okay. All right, Lopez, good to see you. And okay, I just got my dad off one of his diabetic meds for type 1 diabetes. Okay, I take prednisone for Addison's disorder. Yeah, so you take prednisone for Addison's, but no one on here takes prednisone for Hashimoto's. So here's the deal. Sarah, get to the point. The point is, love you, Sarah. The point is that you have never been treated for Hashimoto's. You have been treated for a hypothyroid state. Okay, so you've been treated levothyroxine, Armour, NP thyroid, whatever it is, you've been treated for hypothyroid state. You've never been treated for an autoimmune state. And so that's what we do at F8. That's how we get people their life back. We've helped people reverse their rheumatoid arthritis, their lupus, their MS, got their Hashimoto's calmed down. Would join your team if I knew I would have you as my doctor. Yeah, Justice for Johnny. Send me a DM if you can. Send us an email, drben@f8wellcenters.com, or send me a DM through YouTube there as well. You can send us a message on there, and we will do that. So do we have to take anything for Hashimoto's? Is it best not to take meds and work it out? So here you go. You're not taking medication for Hashimoto's, you're taking medication for hypothyroid. So this is the important part. You're taking medication for hypothyroid, and you probably need that. You're probably low thyroid, and you were probably low thyroid in the first place. But how many of you guys are still not feeling well? Put down below, put down a nope or no, nope, no way. If you're still not feeling well, even though you're on thyroid medication. Okay, so put that down below, or any other medication for that matter. No, me, no, 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 no. So a whole bunch of no's. So you're on this medication. You're now no longer hypothyroid, meaning you've got plenty of T4. So you've brought this T4 in. So Kelly's not feeling well. We've got a whole bunch of, it makes me feel worse. No, 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 me, no, no, no. So here's the deal. 100 no's just came in. So all of you guys, you're taking the medication, and so you're not even in a hypothyroid state anymore, but you still feel like crap. So that is because what is driving this autoimmune reaction, if you have Hashimoto's, has not been addressed. And that's going to be blood sugar, adrenals, leaky gut, vitamin D. That's going to be looking at infections, environmental toxins, all of these different things that you have to fix the why. And why is this even so much more important than just about your thyroid? Okay, so you got Hashimoto's, it ends up turning into hypothyroid, and now you got this low thyroid state, and then you take some thyroid hormone, and it doesn't really make you feel better, and you're frustrated, and you still don't feel good. Okay, wah. But here's the big problem is that if you have one autoimmune, if you're creating antibodies to your thyroid, I guarantee you are creating antibodies and you're attacking other tissues in your body. We see it every single day. Does that go for Graves as well? Yes, this is Graves as well. These antibodies in Graves, if you've had your thyroid removed, radiated, anything like that, give me a heart, give me a like. And here's the deal with Graves: just because you have your thyroid removed, you did not fix the why. My wife had her spleen removed because of this autoimmune disease that was going on, and so they took it out, but they didn't fix anything. It took her years to get herself fixed. So got worse after several viruses. Yeah, Mary, infections. It could be virus, Epstein-Barr virus. It could be H. pylori, bacteria, so many different things. Okay, so guys, yes, Addison's and Hashimoto's go hand in hand because they're both autoimmune. How many of you guys are dealing with multiple autoimmune diseases? Put down a number below. Put down, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Put down just so everybody can see they're not alone. How many autoimmune diseases have you been diagnosed with? Let alone that we even know you have. Once diagnosed with Hashimoto's, where do you go from there? So here's the thought. As soon as you get diagnosed with Hashimoto's, you have to now shift your focus from I'm hypothyroid, and you take your thyroid medication, and that's great. You now shift it over here to I'm a patient with an autoimmune disease, and my body is attacking my own tissue, and it's probably leading to lupus or rheumatoid arthritis or endometriosis or fibromyalgia or these other conditions because this immune inflammatory cascade is so high. Amazing Mama 86, how do I fix it? Yes, now you're getting that question. If your doctor has never sat down with you for any autoimmune disease, Graves' disease, Hashimoto, anything at all, any type of autoimmune at all. Look at all these different numbers. We see 3 autoimmune, we see 5 autoimmune, 4 different ones that you have found. And if you have Hashimoto's and you only say 1, you're fooling yourself because you're going to have multiple. Guarantee it. Is it insulin related? Absolutely. One of the first things that we look at is stabilizing your blood sugar. We use a continuous glucose monitor with every one of our patients. A continuous glucose monitor tells us exactly what that blood sugar is 24/7. So like I can look onto my watch here, and it's 92 right now. My glucose is 92. I want it 85 to 110 all day, every day. So you have to stabilize your blood sugar. That's the main reason why we got the continuous glucose monitors with our patients. We used to do finger prick glucose monitoring. Now we do the continuous glucose monitoring because we have to know every time that blood sugar spikes up, rev up the immune system, you destroy more tissue. Every time it drops down low, rev up the immune system and you destroy more tissue. So again, a bunch of new faces on here. Dr. Ben, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee. We work remotely with patients all over the country. I've got half a dozen F8 doctors on my team, and we've got over 100 years of functional medicine experience between us. And I would love, love, love to help you. I want you guys to get my book today in my bio. You can click that link tree and get a free ebook, and then we'll reach out to you guys as well and just answer any questions that you have. But I will give you this book for free. You can get the actual physical copy on Amazon and all the retailers. Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. Absolutely crucial. Giving this one away for free. Jenny, we are in Nashville, in the Brentwood area, so would love to see you in office, or we can do this remotely. Is it ever too late to fix Hashimoto's? So here's the deal. It may be too late to save your thyroid. I have seen some people with Hashimoto's that have had it for 20, 30 years, and it's almost destroyed their entire thyroid. But again, that's not fixing Hashimoto's. Fixing Hashimoto's would be fix the body that is creating this immune inflammatory cascade that already destroyed the thyroid. So your thyroid may be gone. So just like type 1 diabetes, I haven't received my free ebook copy yet. Farm Patriots, send me an email if you filled out the information on there. Not sure why that didn't go through, but definitely send us an email and we will we'll go through this. So yes, here we go. Lupus, my body is in so much pain. Absolutely. It's the same thought process with lupus. You have this antibody reaction stimulated by all of these different things: adrenals, blood sugar, leaky gut, vitamin D is too low, infections, environmental toxins, all these things. And now it's attacking your body. So taking prednisone, taking Humira, taking methotrexate fixes nothing except squashing the immune system, but you haven't fixed the why. All it does is just kind of block that immune inflammatory cascade. You have a book. Yay, wow. I've actually got two books, but I'm going to give you my blood sugar book, and I've got a brain book as well. You can get both of them on Amazon also. So here's the deal. Okay, I had mono as an infant. Can this be the trigger for autoimmune? Google EBV, Epstein-Barr virus, EBV, and autoimmune. And you'll see there's like 6 or 8 different autoimmune diseases that have been directly related to this virus, and that MS, type 1 diabetes, all types of different things. What about lupus? Exactly the same thing here, guys. We have to address the underlying issues. And each and every one of you with Hashimoto's, I know we've got a bunch of people on here with Hashimoto's. You have never treated your Hashimoto's. Your doctor doesn't care about treating Hashimoto's. Hey, Pam, what about rheumatoid arthritis? Yes, same thought process. I don't care. You put any here, let's do this. This is, for those of you that see it straight in the Facebook and YouTube world, TikTok, it's going to be backwards, but autoimmune. You put any autoimmune name in there, I don't care which one it is, it's the same thought process. You've got to fix the why. Harlow, I only see my endocrinologist for my Hashimoto's. Should I find a new doctor? Yes, you need to find a new doctor. So you need to still take your thyroid medication. That's something you're probably going to have to be on. But you have to fix this autoimmune. The low thyroid is going to be fixed with taking your levothyroxine, all of those things. Farm Patriots, love the ladies in the Denver F8 office. So helpful. So glad that you are enjoying talking with them. Alopecia, same thing. Autoimmune. We've got 190 named autoimmune conditions. Hashimoto's here. How do I treat the why? Okay, so we look at blood sugar, stabilized 85 to 110. We look at adrenals, and adrenals have to be there for the body to, stressful situations, things like that. But if you were so stressed out, it's not going to work well. And blood sugar swings are actually the biggest stressor to the adrenals. Your vitamin D needs to be at 80. Put down below what your vitamin D level is. If you have autoimmune, you have to know what your vitamin D level is. Have to. Met doctors yesterday, want me to start Benlista. What for? Island Girl. What are they wanting you on that one for? Best glucose monitor. This is a Dexcom G6. This is the best one out there, and that is going to be huge for stabilizing that blood sugar. You need a prescription for it. That's why we only are able to get it to our existing patients. So if you want one and want to be a patient, send me a DM. If you can send me a DM through Facebook, that's great. Through YouTube, that's great. But if you're on TikTok, it's hard to DM on there. They limit my number of DMs I can do. It's a pain. But there's a link to my Instagram, and that's easy. I can send you videos. I can do all types of things. Farm Patriots, so 37.2 on your vitamin D. We had Pie Baby at 19. We had a 20. And I take 18 pills for Hashimoto's. Okay, I hope the 18 pills are working. Vitamin D was less than 30. So you need, if you have autoimmune, you need your vitamin D to be at 80 to 90-ish. And if you're taking high dose vitamin D, you need to retest it just to make sure you're doing okay there. So here's the deal, guys. Thank you so much for all your questions. Love you guys. If you haven't followed our page already, go ahead and do that. Get your free Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie book. We will send that one over as well. Okay, so why do you have hypothyroid in the first place? Majority of you guys, 80 to 85%, is Hashimoto's. So if you guys are new to the page, and I haven't asked you yet, and you haven't heard my trick question here, put down below what you're taking to treat your Hashimoto's. I want that book. Yes. So click the link down below. If you click the link down below, you just put your email in and we'll send the book over. You were 5.0 on your vitamin D. Okay, there's some answers. So for you guys that have been watching me for a while, levothyroxine, Synthroid, levothyroxine, here's the deal, levo, a bunch of these things. So here's the deal, guys. For all of you that have just jumped on levothyroxine and Cytomel, levothyroxine, you are not taking those drugs for your Hashimoto's. Absolutely not. You're not taking Armour for Hashimoto's. You're not taking levothyroxine. You're not taking Cytomel. Your doctor is happy that they have never treated your Hashimoto's. You have never treated your Hashimoto's. Thank you. What kind of doctor? Is it a specialist? Is there an autoimmune doctor? That is what we do at F8. At F8, we treat autoimmune. We treat not the squashing it, but the underlying reasons why. There are reasons why your body's going haywire. Blood sugar, adrenals, vitamin D, leaky gut, all of these different things. So here's the deal. This is mind-blowing to some of you guys, but your doctor is happy and is content, and they're satisfied that they have never treated your Hashimoto's. Okay. My endo said Hashi's, Graves, and thyroiditis is all treated the same. Yeah, they're going to give you medication for, it's not a thyroid medication, it's a thyroid hormone replacement. And then when it gets bad enough, they'll take your thyroid out. Are you a holistic clinic? Yes, Luna. Let me jump back a bunch of new faces. I'm Dr. Ben Gallagher. I run F8 Well Centers. I've been in practice for over 20 years. I've got half a dozen doctors on my team at F8. We work with patients all over the country, all over Canada. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee. So if you want to come in, brick and mortar, get a brain map, blood work, all these things, come see us. If that's not feasible and you want to do it remotely, we are able to do that as well. All over the US, all over Canada, we get blood work done. If there's a LabCorp close by, we can do that. Up in Canada, we'll ship you a little box. You go to DynaCare, get your blood drawn, send it back. We can get continuous glucose monitors to every single person in the United States, in Canada, and be able to see exactly what is going on. And then we use specific supplementation, dietary changes, detoxification pathway support, helping the adrenals, getting your hormones where you need to be, calming down the immune inflammatory cascade. That is what we do with our patients every single day, day in and day out. I'm not here to sell you a bunch of supplements or some online program or whatever. I'm here to say there is hope. There is hope that your body can heal, that your body can make dramatic changes. And if you give it enough of the good stuff, take out the bad stuff, you can see miracles all the time. Do you treat POTS? Yes, every single day. We've had amazing success with POTS. So I think I have Hashimoto's. I need help getting a diagnosis. Yeah, easy, $15. $15 and you can tell if you have Hashimoto's. Does that sound crazy, guys? That's what it costs. Do you help with ADHD and IBS? Yeah, Texas Mama. Yep, we help kiddos or even adults with ADD all the time. I've gotten people from C's and D's to A's and B's, get their homework done, get their room cleaned up. Amazing, amazing changes. We also IBS. People 20 times a day, 30 times a day going to the bathroom, get them down to where they need to be. What should vitamin D level be again? 60 to 80. If you have autoimmune, your vitamin D needs to be at 80 or even more. PCOS? Yeah, absolutely. PCOS is insulin resistance. It is a blood sugar issue. That's why they put you on metformin. You have to stabilize your blood sugar. Sjogren's, same thing. It's an autoimmune disease. Are you going to treat squashing the autoimmune? Or are you going to treat the whys that are causing that autoimmune to attack your own tissue? Lupus, same thing. Are you going to treat the symptoms, the inflammation? Are you going to treat by squashing the immune response? Or are you going to treat the underlying imbalances that are driving this lupus? How do we fix Hashimoto's? You don't fix Hashimoto's by taking thyroid medication. Every one of you that is taking a thyroid medication and has Hashimoto's, you have never, if that's all you're doing, you have never treated your Hashimoto's. Your doctor has given up on you. They have said, screw it, I'm just going to give them thyroid replacement hormone, and their autoimmune go run wild. If you have one autoimmune, you have multiple. Put down below how many autoimmune diseases you guys are dealing with. Type them out just so people can see the names. There are so many different names out there of autoimmune conditions. Can you still have Hashimoto's after taking out the thyroid? Absolutely, because if you take out your thyroid, that does nothing to your blood sugar and your adrenals and your vitamin D and your leaky gut and your infections and environmental toxins and all of these things. It does nothing to that. And now it's just going to attack another place. It's going to turn into lupus. It's going to turn into rheumatoid arthritis. It's going to turn into all of these different things. I've been diagnosed with autoimmune epilepsy and symptoms of lupus and POTS. Yeah, absolutely. You've got to get to the underlying why. And if that makes sense, if you're fed up and your doctor has never looked you in the eyes and said, I want to help you fix your autoimmune disease, you need to reach out to F8. Look at our website, f8wellcenters.com. Check out my YouTube channel, over 800 videos. Look at TikTok. We just went over 250,000 followers today. Thank you guys so much for all of that. Instagram, we just hit 23,000 today. Facebook, we've got over 110,000 followers on all of our Facebook pages. I want to educate. I want to give you guys hope. I want you guys to be able to take massive action in your life. There is no amount of drug, there's no amount of surgery, there's no amount of even a supplement that is going to fix your autoimmune, that's going to fix your underlying why. How to treat fibro. It's the same thought process. Fibromyalgia is not a disease. You don't treat fibromyalgia. It's not even really a disease. You treat the underlying symptoms, why you have inflammation, why you have pain, why your body sucks, why it doesn't function like it needs to. I gave up a long time ago. I don't trust doctors. Sweet Chicky, if you've got one more run in you, reach out to me. And if you've got one more run, we can get you better. I have Hashimoto's and alopecia. Again, 2 autoimmune conditions. You have autoimmune. Okay, now you've got to fix the why. There's no amount of levothyroxine that's going to fix Hashimoto's. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You need it for hypothyroid, so you need to be taking your thyroid. Don't think that I'm telling you to stop taking your thyroid medication, your thyroid replacement hormone, because you're probably low thyroid. You're probably hypothyroid, so you probably need that. But it's the dumbest thing in the world to think that by taking levothyroxine, you're going to stop an autoimmune reaction. When you look at autoimmune, this has nothing to do. I don't write down low thyroid state up here and go, ooh, that's going to fix it. Hey, Justice for Johnny, I found you on TikTok, but I watch you on YouTube. Yeah, awesome. I'm going to make an appointment with your Nashville office 3 hours away. Yeah, so here's the deal, guys. Dr. Ben Gallagher, F8 Well Centers, offices in Colorado, in Nashville, and we work with patients all over the country. And reach out if you want to DM with me. The easiest is on Instagram. You can do it on Facebook. You can do it on YouTube as well. TikTok, it's a pain in the butt. Just don't be surprised if it takes me days to get back to those, just because they cut me off. They cap the number of DMs I can do. There's a lot of you that I did not get to your questions. I've got to jump. I've got patients. And so there's a lot of you that I did not get to. So just want to let you know, reach out to me, Dr. Ben at f8wellcenters.com. Click the link in my bio on that link tree and go to Instagram, send me a DM, as well as you can schedule a discovery call. If you are ready to get cranking and want to talk to our team and schedule out all your appointments and pay for the blood work and everything else, schedule a discovery call. Get my free Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie book. I'm going to give this to you for free today, guys. And I'm just so excited to really get to the underlying root causes. This is what we need to do every single day. And if I didn't inspire you and I didn't get you excited to take action, to dig deeper, to don't just settle for taking some drug that's going to help you with a little bit of low thyroid state, but it's going to do nothing to your autoimmune, then I failed today. And so I want you to know that there is hope. There's a chance that you can get better. For some of you, it's a little chance. For some of you, it's a really, really big chance. For my mom that had MS, she had a chance, and she was able to heal her MS. She gave away her wheelchair, gave away her cane. She just turned 80 years old. She does Granny Boot Camp. We were talking to her this morning on the way to school to drop off the boys, and she's like, hey, as soon as we get back in town in end of April, we're going to blow up the float tubes and take you guys out fishing. She's going to be out in a float tube, 80 years old, sitting in the middle of the lake, paddling around, fishing with my boys, because she doesn't have MS anymore. Hey, Kelly, my email is drben, DRBEN, at f8wellcenters.com. So, guys, I love each and every one of you and want you to know that you are amazing. Your body was designed amazingly well. And if you give it the right things, take out the wrong things, you can see dramatic changes. Reach out to me any way you can. My website, in any other place. I've got 100 videos on YouTube all about how to cure your autoimmune, Dawn. So check it out. I would love to help you guys and make it a great day, everybody.